Hey, it's Peter David Gustafson, and this video will be good. It has a lot of history involved. This is a client that came to me in September, I believe, of 2012, and they're in Australia. You can tell here by their site content, and actually, this is a new site. I'm not sure when they converted everything over, but there's some history involved with the new site and rankings. So let's just pull up. I actually keep records of, clients come and clients go, but, I do tend to keep records at least for a few years. So yeah, they came to me back in September 20, and actually it was probably, we started chatting third week of September 2012. And really the keyword that we wanted to tackle, you can see here, we're in Australia, is jumping castle, higher Melbourne. And there's these bouncy things that parents and organizations rent for parties, and people, mostly more kids than anyone, hop in and bounce around and go crazy. They're fun. And amazingly, if you look here at the keyword research, this phrase, jumping castle higher Melbourne, on Google AU is searched 2,900 times. And it's a fairly competitive keyword. And so we worked on adding content. Again, this is a new site, but one of the most important things that we did, and I continue to pound you folks in these videos about the benefit of video, but the old version of the site had embedded video, and it had optimized content for jumping castle higher Melbourne, which they have it in their first sentence here. And I can even look through. It's a new template they've used. And I wasn't involved with it, which is kind of sad, and you'll find out why. So regardless of their new metadata, it took us about, I'm thinking 3 or 4 months to get them great ranks on this keyword, jumping castle higher Melbourne. And I still have their ranks in my system. I'm going to be juggling a ton of screens here. Okay, here are their rankings for aaronamusements.com.au. And if you look over here, here's jumping castle higher Melbourne, and they were number 1. We were very fortunate to be lucky enough to get them a number 1 position for such a competitive keyword. However, they did a redesign on their site. And I guess the takeaway in this video is that, and it's a kind of a cheesy saying, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So they obviously engaged in a new designer and built a more picturesque site. However, when they did that and converted the content over to their new site format, or I should say actually the template, they lost a lot of the optimized content that we developed back at the end of actually October, November of 2012. And the biggest problem is that they stripped away the coding that we had produced, including the video. Now, granted, this is just it's a amusement site. It may not even jive with your business model, but it really does tell a pretty good lesson. And the lesson is that if you, well, 2 lessons. if you change for the sake of change, which visually it's definitely appealing and fun, but if you change things in terms of your CMS, your content management system, you will definitely suffer any valuable SEO ranks that you've improved upon. And honestly, the biggest challenge now that they have on this site is that they stripped away the video. I actually still have the video that they had on their site that I produced. It's right here. Yeah, you can see, here we go. You can see, yeah, in this motion lay-in that I produced. I'm going to have to back up here a bit. Granted, the footage wasn't that great, and this was actually embedded on their page. And you can see, this is the motion lay-in that I put in. Their old site, granted, was dated. Probably looks like, like a 10-year-old theme. And so the video was, now I'll turn the video audio down here. We have the bouncy things and continue through. It's not an award-winning video by any means. So you've seen it. It was based on the footage that I was provided. We put together that. But the real important thing here is that they had 1,349 views. It was published, you can see here, on October 16th. I don't know when they stripped it away and went with a new design over here. However, they've lost, more than anything, conversion issues, or rather conversion benefit, by stripping away the video, and ultimately they lost their rankings. So as you can see here, they were #1 for Jumping Castle Higher Melbourne, right here, Google Australia. And if I pull their rankings today, February 22nd, 2014, let's see here. They have a mere 2 positions, it's sad. Jumping Castle Higher Ballarat, 90 searches a month, and then Jumping Castles Melbourne Higher, #1, but a mere 40 searches a month on Google AU. And it's really sad because they had a #1 position, yet they went and retooled their site. Unbeknownst to me, this was a short deal. I think it was a 6 or 8 month deal. And now they've lost a #1 position for a keyword that's searched, 2,900 times. So the lesson here is that if you continue to make changes without thinking through SEO impact, you'll definitely suffer. And really the most depressing thing is that they've actually stripped away the video. Granted, it's not an award-winning video, but we're talking, folks here, conversion. Anytime you embed video and code it and optimize it for Google relevancy standards, you can do very, very well. So that's just a short case study. My recommendation would have been to take the old site and convert it over to WordPress. I work with a few different WordPress firms. The best one that I work with is actually in Australia, in Adelaide, digital-noor.com. And I can actually pull up their site. And one of the reasons that I've started to partner with them for almost a year now, maybe even a little more than a year, is that they do phenomenal design. Yes, here is Sam's site right here. So if you're looking for, and this is not to persuade you to hire Sam, but you'd be very smart to chat with him. If you're looking to make changes on your site, be very cautious of the elements that you change, because they can, devastate your site rankings to a point where you go from #1 to Nowheresville pretty quickly. All right, folks, thanks for watching. I'll have more videos coming. Cheers.